Hi, I hope you guys are all doing well. Um, it's been a really challenging time, and so I'm going to do a little bit of tapping on um, on bringing ourselves to the best possible place that we can be right now, given all the circumstances in the world. So, if you know anything about tapping, it's 5,000-year-old acupressure points that we're tapping on. And what it does when we tap on this point or this point, either hand is fine, it blocks the neurons from firing to the amygdala, which stops the fight-flight response from sending oxygen down to our legs and arms where we can run from the saber-toothed tiger, and instead it sends us the oxygen to the prefrontal cortex so we can think about what the right thing to do next is. So given that we're having a lot of fires here in California and a lot of protests and the coronavirus, I thought that we would do some tapping on imagining ourselves in the best possible healthy, radiant being that we can be. So let's tap on that. And I'm also going to use a little bit of Louise Hay, who talks about, I looked at the lungs in particular because we're going through the fires here. And the air quality is awful. And so the COVID-19 also affects the lungs. So I thought we would talk about her approach. And she says that the negative aspect of it is the ability to take in life. So let's do some tapping on clearing any resistances we have to taking in a perfectly balanced life. And this will help our lungs. So we know the tapping points. I'll go through them as I talk a little bit about what tapping is. This is one right on the inside of the eyebrow here, right on the bone. You can use 3 fingers, and you can use one side or the other or both. And then the outside, this is the outside of the eye point, under the eye point on this bone here, very lightly. Under the nose, that's the chin point. This is the collarbone. You come down an inch down and an inch out. You can tap with your all 5 fingers. And then under the arm, it's just like an arm, a hand width underneath the armpit. So we start up with a setup appointment, a setup statement, and we say, we address a problem, we put it in a box, and then even though I have this problem, say trouble breathing, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. We follow it with, I deeply and completely love and accept myself exactly as things are, just right the way they are right now. And so, so we're going to start with tuning into our bodies, and we imagine ourselves in that perfect future, radiant Tammy, with full of life and full of healthy air in my lungs and radiant health. And then tune into my body, and I feel any areas of resistance that are saying, no, I can't have that. I can't live my life fully like that. And you want to tune into that and rate it. Where is it? Is it like taking a deep breath in? Is it a tension in your shoulders or a tension in your leg? And then just write that down in the air, like what number is it? Is it a 10 resistance to having that perfect health? If it's a 5, then write down that 5 in my leg. And then, so now we're going to tap. We have a number and we have where it is in the body that we feel the resistance. And then we start off with our setup statement. And even though I'm feeling it difficult to take in all of this information coming in from the world, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling a resistance in my leg that is making me feel anxious to take in all this information from the world, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. And then you say that as we're tapping. Even though I feel this resistance in my leg to taking in all of this information, I deeply and completely love, accept, honor, and trust myself. Even though I have this resistance to taking in life fully, I deeply and completely accept, honor, love, and trust myself. This resistance. So what you're doing is you're tapping along with me on the points and you're saying what I say. So this resistance outside of the eye, this resistance under the eye, this resistance to taking in life under the nose, this resistance to perfect radiant health, chin, this resistance to perfect radiant health, collarbone, I'm me with this resistance, under the arm, I am me without this resistance, top of the head, I am me with or without this resistance. This resistance to living life. This resistance to taking in life fully. I take in this life. I take in all of this. I see this resistance. I honor this resistance. I honor without this resistance. I am that person taking in life. I am taking in life. I take in all of life. I accept it with resistance. I accept it without resistance. I walk with radiant health. I talk with radiant health. I am radiant health. I am radiant health fully and completely, mind, body, and spirit.